Okay, so here we have completed the section A and now we are back to the section B. Yes, as you know, section B there are 10 questions and those 10 questions carries, each question carries 2 marks. So section A is of 1 mark question, whereas section B is of 2 mark question. Each question carries 2 marks. Okay, yes. So now it is 31st question, that is, and the first question it is, fossil from which of the following invertebrate classes show pentameral symmetry? Here you can see the 4 names of some fossils are given here actually. So what we need to find is that among this, which of the following invertebrate classes shows pentameral symmetry? That is pentameral symmetry. So for that we need to know what is a pentameral symmetry. Okay. Yes, as the name indicates, penta means it is 5. Penta means it is 5. So here as you can see, first is asteroida. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In pentameral symmetry, the body of the organism is divided into 5 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So in pentameral symmetry, body of the organism is divided into 5 equal parts. Thence it is known as pentameral symmetry. So here you can see asteroidea image and also echinoidea. So this is 1. Here it is 1. This is 2. This is 3. This is 4. And this is finally 5. So there are penta. Okay, that is pentameral symmetry. So now here there are 4 options given. First is echinoidea. As you can see, echinoidea is having the pentameral symmetry, that is 5 equal parts. So this is of course having. Okay, so it is of course having. Then next is Anthosova. Anthosova, as we know, it is radial. Anthosova. Okay, let me draw some image here for you. Here you can see various radiations. This is various spikes present in Anthosova. So it is actually radial symmetry. Anthosova is having radial symmetry. Okay, so this is not having pentameral symmetry. The next is cephalopods. Cephalopods. As we know, cephalopods is having, so this might be cephalopods. They are having bilateral symmetry. Cephalopods, they are having bilateral symmetry. Bilateral symmetry. That is 2 equal parts. 1 and 2. 2 equal parts. Cephalopods are having bilateral symmetry. The next is trilobita. Trilobita is also having here the head portion, then the PHDM portion. This is also having a bilateral symmetry. Trilobites is also having a bilateral symmetry. This is also bilateral. Okay, so the one which is having pentameral symmetry is echinoidea, where it is the entire body of the organism is divided into 5, whereas Anthosova, it is having radial. It is having a radial. Okay, it is having radial, and cephalopoda it's bilateral, and trilobite is also bilateral. So the correct option for the question is echinoidea. Okay, yes. Then to the next question. Yes, the attitude of the 2 limb of a fold was measured as striking 4 degree north. Okay, it is 2 limbs of a fold. Attitude is given. Then dipping is 85 degree east and striking 30 degree north, dipping. Okay, so here 2 limbs of the folds are given, 4 degree north, 85 degree east, and strike is 30 degree north and 60 degree east. Which of the following is or are true for describing the geometry of the fold? So what we need to do is we need to find the geometry of the fold. So here there are 4 options given for us: synform, antiform, overturned, plunging. So what we need to identify is that if there is a fold like this, what all the things that should be kept in mind to know about the geometry of the fold. Okay, so here there is a northeast west directions are marked here. And now we can plot this value, that is strike 4° north dipping 85° east and strike 30° north dipping 60° east. So now here let us plot that. So I think this will be one, and next it will be like this. Somewhat it will be like this. Okay, just imagine. So this will be 4° north, this will be 4° north, and this will be 30° north. This will be 30° north. Okay, approximately. So this will have a dipping of 85°. This is actually 85°, and here this will have a dipping of 60°. 60°. Okay, now as you can see, this is a stereograph. I have plotted these values in a stereograph. Okay, this is a stereograph. Okay, this is a stereograph and I plotted that value. And okay, this is towards east. This is towards east direction. Okay. Yes. And now both the limbs, you can see both the limbs in the same direction. You can see both the limbs are during the same direction, as it is like this. Both the limbs are towards the same direction. This type, okay, as we know, if both the limbs of the fold is in the same direction, it may be of overturned fold. That we have already learned, that we are having the prior knowledge about the fold. Okay, now as we consider this thing, we can say that option C is correct because it is an overturned fold. Then now you see two limbs are intersecting at the point. Now this is the first limb and this is the second limb. So these two are intersecting at one point, isn't it? This is the fold axis. This is the fold axis, and see here the fold axis is plunging. Here we can see the fold axis is plunging. Here actually the fold axis is plunging. This is actually plunging. So what is happened? Plunging is also considered. Why? Because the fold axis is plunging. So plunging is also a feature to describe the geometry of the fold. As we know, either the fold should be synform or it will be antiform. Somehow it will happen. So fold should be either antiform or synform. Now what happens is that either it will be overturned antiform or overturned plunging antiform or overturned plunging synform. So now both these options or both these categories will be correct. So all these things we can discuss in this. Okay, so what happens is that probably options you can see 1, 2, 3 and 4, that is respectively A, B, C, D. So both all these are correct for this fold. Why? Because it is an overturned fold, it's having the plunging, and also it might be synform or antiform. So 1, 2, 3, 4, all this will be correct. Okay, so here which of the following is or are true for describing? So with using all these 4 we can describe this limb of the fold, okay, or the geometry of the fold. Okay, yes. So to the next question. Okay, which of the following statements is or are correct regarding ophitic texture? Yes, that is ophitic texture. So first of all we need to what is ophitic texture. That is, here you see might be augate portions, and here you can see the lath of plagioclase. It will be present like this. This is known as ophitic. That is ophitic texture. Okay, this is ophitic texture. Now we know what is an ophitic texture. It might be augate. Okay, and here you can see this is actually plagioclase laths are present inside this. This is known as an ophitic texture. And first option, when you see plagioclase laths are completely enclosed by large pyroxene crystals. Yes, it's of course what we said. This is actually the plagioclase lath. This is actually the plagioclase lath. Okay, and this is pyroxene crystals. Okay, so the first option of course is correct. Why? Because plagioclase slabs are completely enclosed by the large pyroxene crystals. It's very correct. Second is intergrowth occurs between quartz and alkali feldspar. As we have said, it is plagioclase and pyroxene. So there is no presence of quartz and alkali feldspar. Hence, the option B is the wrong answer. There is no intergrowth of these things. Okay. Yes. If it is, then what will happen? This will be graphic. This will be graphic texture. If there is the intergrowth of this quartz and alkali feldspar, it is known as graphic texture. It is not ophitic, it is graphic. Okay. Now, here is the next option. It is a variety of poikitic texture. Poikitic. Poikitic, it will be like this. Here you can see the poikitic texture will be like this. Intergrowth will be like this. So, it is a type of poikitic. It's a very correct option. It's a variety of poikitic texture. The next is, it is a texture observed in peridotite. Ophitic texture. The option is wrong. Peridotite is not having an ophitic texture, whereas ophitic texture is expressed in dolerite. Okay, dolerite is having ophitic texture, whereas peridotite is not having an ophitic texture. So this is also wrong. So what all? A and C are correct. That is, plagioclase slabs are completely enclosed by the large pyroxene crystals, and also this ophitic texture is a variety of poikitic texture. So A and B are correct. Sorry, A and C are correct. Okay. Yes.